3, 4. Hello and welcome to Tip Jar Guitar. Today I'm going to go over this exercise that I wrote, open C major scale workout, and it's TS for tip sheet 010. And you can go to tipjarguitar.com to sign up for my free newsletter, get 5 different awesome chord sheets showing all the chords in the 5 most popular keys. You can get Skype lessons there and more. And for this tip sheet, I'm going to teach the tab off the screen right here, but if you'd like to download it and get some practice tracks, download the PDF and help support the site, you can go to patreon.com/tipjarguitar, and I'll also have the link in the description to this direct tab. And finally, go to bit.ly/guitar tricks trial to sign up for free 2-week trial to Guitar Tricks. I love the site. It's a great site, and I'm an affiliate, and that helps me out as well too. So check that out. You can sign up and cancel it. You still get 2 weeks of a full trial. So to get started here, we're going to be playing the C major scale. And if you know the C chord, you'll see the C major scale in it. So what we're going to do is, play in position 1, meaning that every time you play the first fret, it's your first finger, second, your second, 3, your 3, and if we play the 4th, it would be your 4 finger. So that's position 1, that would be 2, and so forth. So whatever fret number your 1 finger is behind, that's the position. So to play C major scale without worrying about the picking or anything just yet, you would play 3 finger, 3rd fret on the A string. Then you play the open D. That note was C, by the way. We're just going to go up the musical alphabet. C, D, 2 finger, E, 3 finger F. And then you play open G, 2nd fret, which is A. And then you play open B. And then you go finally a half step to the 1st fret C. So the notes on that are just, the C major scale is the only major scale with all natural notes, or there's no sharps or flats, notes without sharps or flats, the white keys on the piano. So if you said the notes to this, it would just be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So that's what's in measure 1, and you're playing it to 8th note. So if you're counting it, you're saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So 8 different notes in that C major scale. Actually, there's really 7 different notes, because this is a C, and that's a C. So you're playing, an octave. This C vibrates twice as quick as this C. That's what an octave means. So, the next thing that you want to do is be able to pick down picks on the downbeat. So this little symbol here is a down pick. So every time you say the number, you play a down pick, and every time you say and, you play an up pick. So it would be like this: down, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And really there's 2 techniques with your picking hand that can help. You can kind of, on this one, touch the high E and keep under control. But really the better way, I think, is to put the heel of your palm on the bridge pins if you're playing on an acoustic guitar, or if you're playing on an electric, just put it behind the bridge. Not really palm muting. I mean, you could palm mute if you wanted to, put it up a little and get this sort of more dampened sound if you wanted to. You don't need to do that. You can let them ring out. So then you just come back. So you're just going to go, backwards, like that, and just follow the picking convention exactly, and make sure that your pick is level to the ground. You can get a little bit of a bounce in your wrist. So you can see here, like, it's kind of nice to accent the first beat, so it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you're just trying to get as little movement as possible here. And again, notice that the C chord's there. One little more tip here about the C major scale is that, well, all major scales are numbered in degrees, so you just number each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And again, that's where the term octave comes from, because that last degree is an octave higher, and it's the 8th degree. Oct is 8. So you go, you can play think of in degrees as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And notice when you play the C chord, you don't even have to play the high E there. Play just the notes in the scale, but notice that it's all going to be the 1, the 3, and the 5. And the 8 is the same as the 1. So you're playing 1, 3, 5, 8, or 1. So you're playing the same thing again. And that's a chord. All chords are 1, 3, 5. Major chords. Sorry, it's major chord is a 1, 3, 5 from that C major scale. So, again, if you want to go deeper into that, I teach Skype lessons. And they're a lot of fun, and they're pretty affordable. So check that out at Tip Jar Guitar. And now you can play this 4 times in a row. So that's a repeat symbol. So you would just go back and play that 4 times in a row like I did in the example. So just that exercise is great. Just getting used to going. And just going back and forth. And you can play it to a metronome too if I did it slow. Well, slow-ish. The tick would be the downbeat, so you could make every tick a pick, but it's kind of more fun to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. So yeah, if you wanted to slow it down, you could just go like make every tick an 8th note and go like that. So I hope that makes sense. You can ask any comments or questions on the Patreon page too. That's another big benefit of the Patreon, is I'm going to be vigilant about those comments and helping you guys out. So now the interesting thing here is that if you went, the C major scale there, if I went backwards, I could play more notes. This is like if you thought of this as the 8th, it would be a half step back to the 7 and then the 6. These are the degrees. So then 5, 4, and then the E would be 3. Then you would just come back. So think of it like as an extension. You would just bounce back to the root there and end on the C. But those notes are also in the C major scale. They're the same notes as we played down here, just an octave lower. So, you have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 again. So now we would start from the 5th degree, that G note, and play like this. And still really, so that's what I just played here. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And so what we're doing is we're starting on the 5th degree G of the C major scale and ending on the 5th degree. And this is actually a mode. That's what a mode is, when you start on a degree of a scale and then end on that same degree of the major scale. When you go from the 5th degree G, which is in the key of C, G is the 5th degree, to G, it's a scale in itself it's a mode, and it's called the Mixolydian Mode. So this is the Mixolydian Mode, G Mixolydian. But we're playing all the notes of the C major scale, just going 5 to 5. So stick to that same down, up, down, up, down, up. Really stick to this picking convention. Then you just come back again. Like that, excuse me. Getting over a cough. Alright, so now we're going to go to the first fret of the low E, which is an F note. F is the 4th degree in C major scale. C, D, E, F. We're just playing it that octave lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to go from F to F, playing the notes of C major scale. You could even just play this with your pinky on the pick guard to keep control. Again, heel the palm behind the bridge guard. Bridge is really good for both acoustic and electric. But you just want to keep your pick under control and little pick movements. So that's a big tip here. So that's what I just played here. And you might be wondering, what is the mode called? 5 to 5 was Mixolydian. But when you start on the 4th degree of a major scale and go to the 4th degree, it is called the Lydian Mode. So, Lydian. Like that. Alright, and now, let's go to the next line, starting on measure 7 there. Now we're going to start on the E, which is the 3rd degree in C major scale. And again, C major is the only scale without any sharps or flats. So it's really easy actually to figure out the degrees. You just go C is 1, D is 2, E is the 3rd degree. So E is the 3rd degree. And we're going to go from the 3rd degree to the 3rd degree. So what mode might that be, you ask, when you start on the 3rd degree of a major scale? That is the Phrygian. Phrygian. So these are all named after like Greek city-states. So Phrygian would sound like this. Like that. So kind of a funky sounding scale. Kind of cool. And then now I'm doing a little bit, instead of going right back, so that was this measure that I just played. Ascending. So anytime you're going up in pitch to the higher notes, you're ascending. So that was ascending. Instead of just descending normally, I don't quite do that here. So you can practice that if you want, but in this exercise, in measure 8, when you come back, you go like this. So everything is the same up to the and of 3. So this is all going to be just descending. Alright. But then I notice I go back to the open A and then 2nd fret. Because then that sets us up. So that's the little difference there in the pattern. Oops, jumped around. So right there, you just go open 2. And the reason I did that in the exercise, let me show you here. Oh boy, hold on 1 second. All right. Okay, so the reason I did that in this exercise is then whenever you go to end it, you're going to play the C major scale again. And then just end it on the C. So here, if I went from the last measure, it would be. And then it sets me up for right here, back to C. And then I'll just end right there after descending. So, you know, again, at the beginning, you can do this 4 times. I need to work on it. Well, yeah, you can see I wrote that, but I had a little error there. But you just keep going. You just keep going. So you work on that. Try to get it more perfect than I just did there. Do as I say, not as I do, as they say. So I hope that you enjoyed that lesson. And one other thing is that when you're playing a mode, or a normal scale, a normal major scale, and you're just going from the first degree C to the first degree, that's a major scale, but you could also call it the Ionian Mode. And Ionia was the part of Greece that is now present-day Turkey. So throw in an interesting history tip there. All right, cool. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Have fun playing that exercise. And yeah, come back for more. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. Become a Patreon and help support this site, patreon.com/tipjarguitar. And, of course, do that guitar tricks trial, bit.ly/guitar tricks trial. Thank you so much. Come back soon. Take care. Bye.